Assalamualaikum and a very good day to everyone. Today, our team we will talk about 5G network security and implementation challenges in different perspectives. To begin with, I would like you to imagine a situation. One day, your private medical records, online banking details, and even the security system of our government become exposed. Not because of a hackers alone, but because of a very technology that is supposed to protect and enhance our life, which is 5G. At first glance, 5G appears to be a major step forward. It offers ultra-fast internet, real-time connectivity, and enormous potential for smart city, remote healthcare, and the digital learning. However, behind this promise lies a serious ethical concern, especially when it comes to security and privacy. As Malaysia becomes increasingly reliant on software-driven system and interconnected devices, the risk of cyber attacks grows rapidly. Therefore, ethical speaking, there is a duty of care that falls on our government and telecommunication companies to safeguard our rights and our data. This brings me to the real complication. If these security issues are not addressed, then Malaysia may face massive data breaches without users ever realizing it. Such breaches would violate two core ethical principles, autonomy and privacy. Moreover, in the long term, Malaysia could lose trust in national digital initiatives like MySejahtera and My Digital. Vulnerable groups, especially those in rural areas, are elderly communities may suffer the most as they are often the least equipped to understand or defend against these risks. So, what can we do about it? To tackle this issue, we must prioritize ethical governance in the development and deployment of 5G networks. Firstly, we need to implement mandatory ethical standards in 5G infrastructure. Secondly, the Malaysian Communication and Multimedia Commission and local telcos must collaborate on building secure by design system. In addition, we should establish independent ethical oversight committees under the National Cyber Security Agency to audit the monitor this system regularly. Furthermore, it is essential to enforce mandatory certification and ethical impact assessment on all 5G technologies used in the country. By doing so, we will protect the personal data of all Malaysians, safeguard vulnerable population, and strengthen the public trust in our national digital transformation. What's more, this solution is both feasible and scalable. It builds upon Malaysia's existing frameworks like the Malaysia Cyber Security Strategy from 2022 to 2024, and it can be expanded through ASEAN collaboration. More importantly, it is sustainable because it integrates ethical value into the country's long-term digital development. Unlike traditional approaches that focus only on technical fits, this proposal puts ethics at the center. It prioritizes human rights, transparency, and accountability in every layer of Malaysia's 5G infrastructure, ensuring that the innovation is not just efficient but also ethical and inclusive. To conclude, I believe the future of 5G in Malaysia must be secure, ethical, and trusted by all. Therefore, I urge policymakers, engineers, and all Malaysians to advocate for ethical design, stronger oversight, and proactive collaboration in this critical area. Let's work together to build a digital Malaysia that is not only fast and connected, but also fair, safe, and respectfully for every citizen's right. So I will pass the next perspective to Ilham Sofia.
Ilham, you got no voice.
Hi. Okay, hi. My name is Ilham Sofia, and I will talk about social perspective. We often describe 5G as the future where it have better services, smarter cities, and faster internet. But whose future are we creating for? Does this future solely favor the wealthy, urban, and tech-savvy, or can we guarantee that everyone in Malaysia can benefit from the promise of digital advancement? Malaysia's 5G rollout, led by Digital Nasional Berhad, aims to deliver nationwide connectivity through a single wholesale network model. Even though big cities are seeing improvement in their implementation, digital inequality still exists. According to the Malaysia Communication and Multimedia Commission, as of 2022, many rural areas continue to have limited high-speed internet and poor mobile coverage. In the absence of proactive social planning, 5G might widen the gap by favoring those in urban areas while leaving behind low-income families, elderly citizens, and digitally marginalized populations. This is a crisis of social equity rather than just a technical one. Firstly, there's the urban-rural divide. Based on the staff for World Telecommunication and Information Society Day 2021, although 5G infrastructure is expanding in the Klang Valley and Johor, areas in Sabah and Sarawak still face basic connectivity issues. Secondly, public confidence is fragile. Nearly 60% of Malaysians are worried about data privacy in a 5G environment, according to a 2021 PwC Malaysia study. Without clear policies and transparent practices, skepticism will hinder adoption of 5G internet, especially among vulnerable population. Thirdly, 5G increases the risk associated with cybersecurity. According to the International Telecommunication Union, 5G low latency enables faster cyber attacks, making traditional protection less effective. This poses a significant risk to a group like the elderly or those who are not tech savvy who might have limited awareness on how to avoid scams, false information, or data breaches. So how can we make 5G safe and socially inclusive? We propose three essential Nasional Berhad and the Ministry of Communications must work together to prioritize underprivileged communities. This includes targeted subsidies for rural zones, the establishment of community-based internet hubs and device support scheme for B40 households. Initiatives such as Jendela, Jalinan Digital Negara, must be more than just infrastructure plans. They must integrate directly with 5G rollout to ensure that every Malaysian has access to digital connectivity. Secondly, restore public confidence. The Personal Data Protection Act must be urgently revised to reflect the complexity of 5G networks. In addition to laws, interaction is necessary for trust. To make sure that people are aware of how their data is gathered, used, and safeguarded, public education programs in Bahasa Melayu, Mandarin, Tamil, and indigenous languages are essential. Thirdly, empower the people. Training in cybersecurity and digital literacy must extend beyond the classroom. Outreach at the local level is required, including in senior centers, flat housing areas, and kampungs. In order to provide every individual with the digital resources and knowledge required to prosper safely in the 5G ecosystem, NGOs, academic institutions, and local government must work together. In summary, a 5G future that is socially inclusive is achievable, but only if it is designed with equality, protection, and people at its core. 5G should promote equality rather than serve as a symbol of exclusion. DNB, the Malaysian government, and the people must be urged to approach this national transition with social consciousness. Let's make sure that everyone in Malaysia benefits from 5G. With inclusive planning and responsible governance, we can build a Malaysia that is connected, protected, and empowered digitally and socially. That's all from me. Thank you. Next, I will pass it to SYAZWAN.
All right, thank you, Ilham Sofia, for your brilliant POV. Now, first of all, have you ever wondered why your phone can stream HD video in seconds, yet big company hesitate to fully embrace 5G? The truth is, while 5G promises speed and innovations, there's a major challenge hiding behind the signal bar, which is the security. 5G is more than just faster internet. It's the digital backbone for smart cities, autonomous vehicles, and next generation healthcare departments. According to PwC, 5G is projected to add 13.2 trillion to the global economy by the 2035. However, with these massive potentials come equally massive risks. A report by the European Union Agency for Cybersecurity, ENISA, highlights that the complexity of 5G architecture introduced new vulnerabilities that previous mobile network didn't face before. So from an economic and cybersecurity standpoint, poor implementation of 5G security could cost company billions. Why? Because 5G networks increase the attack surface. They connect more devices, transmit larger volume of sensitive data, and often rely on third-party vendors. According to the McKinsey company, nearly 50% of enterprises reported 5G-related security concern as a key reason for delaying full-scale adoption in their technology. In fact, cyber attacks on 5G infrastructure can lead to data breaches, legal liabilities under GDPR, and other laws and massive financial loss. The World Economic Forum warning us that if we fail to secure 5G, we may inadvertently enable attacks on critical systems, such as from the hospital to the power grids. So, from the small business are especially vulnerable. They often lack resources to build secure infrastructure, making them an easy target for the hackers. So this imbalance not only puts them at risk, but also weaken the overall trust in the digital transformations. So what can we do? I propose a national 5G security incentive program, a collaboration between government, cybersecurity firms, and telecom providers. So this program will offer subsidized security solutions, especially tailored for the small business. It will include 3 important things. The first one is a training workshop. The second one is affordable endpoint protection software. And the last one is real-time threat monitoring tools. So to encourage this adoption, the government could offer tax deduction for business that meet the certified cybersecurity standards. So what makes this approach unique is their scalability. We begin with hybrid sectors such as finance, energy, and healthcare, and gradually extend to the nationwide business. This will ensure that our economy grows with the confidence, not from fear. As the Harvard Business Review suggests, trust in the infrastructure is not just as critical as the technology itself. So I will ask you, are we truly ready that we can embrace the 5G responsibly? Let's push for the smart solutions that empower business and protect them. So we need to advocate for the supportive policy, support technology that's good not just for speed, but for security and trust. So the question is not whether we should embrace 5G, but how can we do that with the best policy? And now I will pass to AIZAT HAMIZAN so that he will take us further into that conversation. Thank you.
Thank you, SYAZWAN. It's an interesting topic to hear on about the economical perspective then. So in my part, let's start again. Imagine a future where every Malaysian enjoy high-speed 5G, but instead of unity, the plans create division. What if the government original policy to accelerate 5G rollout is now holding the country back? Hi, my name is AIZAT, and my perspectives focus on the need for policy change in Malaysia 5G rollout strategy. In 2021, the Malaysian government launched Digital Nasional Berhad, or DNB, a government-owned entity under the Minister of Finance, to accelerate the rollout of 5G across the country. DNB was tasked to implement a single wholesale network, or SWN, model where telco would buy access instead of building their own infra. The idea was to avoid infrastructure duplications, reduce costs, and ensure nationwide coverage, especially in undeserved areas. Despite its noble goal, the SWN model faced significant backlash. Telco and industry experts raised concern over monopoly, reduced innovation, and lack of transparency. With only one provider controlling the whole network, there a risk of slow upgrade, limited competitions, and public distrust. If this concern go unaddressed, Malaysia risks falling behind regional peers in digital infrastructure and losing investor confidence. To fit this, a policy shift is already in motion. By 2024, up till now, 2025, Malaysia is moving towards a dual network model, or DWN, allowing more telco to build their own 5G infrastructure, while still letting the DNB play a role in early coverage rollout. The government should implement a phased liberalization plan that opens up the market while maintaining service standards. An independent regulatory body must monitor transparency and performance of both DNB and private telcos. Clear, public-private collaboration should be encouraged to avoid overlap but maintain healthy competitions. Its balanced government control with market freedom, encourage innovation, and improve service quality. It is scalable nationwide, sustainable through shared investment, and feasible using existing infra. Unlike the current centralized model, or SWN, This approach is flexible, scalable, and leverage both public and private sector strengths. It positions Malaysia as a forward-thinking digital nation, ready to adapt and lead. But let's push for a transparent, balanced, and inclusive 5G policy. Support initiatives that hold the DNB accountable, encourage telco innovations, and demands for fair digital access for all. Let's make sure Malaysia digital future is driven by innovation, inclusion, and smart policy decision. That's all from me, and I go pass to Hamzah for technology perspective.
Thank you, Isaac. I'll now be talking about from the technology perspective of the situation. So imagine a world where your refrigerator to the city's traffic lights are connected in real time. This is the promise of 5G, but behind the promise lies a silent threat. As we connect more, we expose more. Near the end of 2024, Cloudflare, a cloud distributor, reported a sharp spike in denial of service or DDoS attacks, rising 1,885% quarter-on-quarter involving 5G botnets. So the question is, are we building the future fast enough and securely enough? For a brief overview of the situation, telecom providers are rapidly expanding 5G infrastructure. GSMA, a trade association representative of mobile networks, stated that more than 1 billion 5G connections worldwide has been established in 2022, which was 3 years ago. And one of the main key features of 5G is its high capacity. The tech monolith Intel stated that 5G offers 1,000 times more capacity compared to the older generation 4G. This makes it a fertile ground for Internet of Things, also known as IoT development. So here comes the complication about 5G. Integration of 5G introduces new security vulnerabilities. As the Accenture, a media company, stated that 5G uses less secure software-defined networks, and on top of the vast number of connected devices stated by Intel earlier, this combined with GSMA's statement of saying that 5G's higher data speeds and also lower latency paves the way for easy unauthorized access on devices. This shows a higher risk of IoT devices being a cybersecurity threat in most 5G networks. IoT usage also challenges existing cybersecurity frameworks to secure those devices, which at current times, they are not fully equipped yet. To propose a solution, I propose an implementation of a multi-layered new security architecture with AI-powered threat detection, encryption protocols, and real-time monitoring system. Through this system, telecommunication providers, in collaboration with cybersecurity firms and also regulatory bodies, will be fully responsible for the implementation of the system. Through public-private partnerships, it will be key in implementing such widespread technology. To implement this, firstly, we have to go do a security audit of existing 5G deployments. Next, the development of AI-based monitoring system will be done, and the solution will continuously roll out. Alongside this, we will provide continuous training and support for network operators alongside quick responses to real-world threats. This directly targets the root issue of outdated and inadequate security models in 5G decentralized structure, and this solution is scalable for global telecom infrastructure, feasible with our current AI and cloud technologies, and also sustainable through automation and also never-ending support for the tech operators. Unlike old school security firmware, the solution is proactive, adaptive, and intelligent thanks to the AI development. It evolves with the network and face threats alike, and with sophisticated architecture, the help of AI in safeguarding the future of smart societies will not be far-fetched. So, what are we waiting for? Now is the time to act. Not after the next breach, not after the modern attacks, not after the next DDoS, not after the next malware, but now. While we have the foresight and feasibility, we invite telecom leaders, rulemakers, cybersecurity experts, any regulatory body to join forces and shape a secure 5G future. Be part of the movement that doesn't just roll out 5G, but also secure it for generations to come. The future is connected. Let's make sure it's protected. Thank you. That's all from us.